That's how they came up with the terminology. The angry black man. The angry black man. You're acting like an angry black man. Is there an angry Asian man? As a matter of fact, right now I'm the angry Asian man. Shit, I'm angry as fuck. The world is just idiotic. I live in a dumbass world.
City of Los Angeles. We have buildings that have burned, police vehicles that have been trashed, people who have been arrested. And here are tonight's major headlines. What originally began as a peaceful protest over police brutality has since spiraled out of control into a mixture of widespread looting, arson, and violence.
Squad, we back at it again. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the David Jason Show. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just review some of my some of these videos that we've been seeing all over the media, on the news, YouTube, Instagram, media, and social media. It's crazy. It's ridiculous, to be honest. Let's check out these videos. And I will share my thoughts of everything that's going on in the world right now. From the George Floyd murder, African Americans protesting. As a matter of fact, they're not even protesters. They're criminals. Like, you don't understand. There's a difference between protesting and committing crimes. Okay? You can protest and still be within the law, right? I mean, hello? Why are they committing crimes for?
Why? Because I'm black?
No, that's not the reason why. Let's check out the video, shall we?
We have buildings that have burned, police vehicles that have been trashed, people who have been arrested. And here are tonight's major headlines. What originally began as a peaceful protest over police brutality has since spiraled out of control into a mixture of widespread looting, arson, and violence.
LA Mayor Eric Garcetti expanded the curfew first after downtown to the entire city from 8 p.m. Saturday to 5:30 a.m. Sunday, after initially saying the National Guard would not be called in to defend the city. Garcetti later announced that over 1,000 troops were on their way, and they could be arriving by midnight tonight.
As a result of the violence we have been covering, LA has been forced to temporarily close all of its COVID-19 testing centers.
He said all of them, and this afternoon, that's a shame because a lot of people were depending on those testing sites.
So much for social distancing.
People in the city, they had to close them down.
Yes, folks, this is happening in Los Angeles, thousands of miles away from where it originally occurred.
That's crazy, bitch.
I know, Minneapolis. Folks, these are Angelinos. Like, let's be real here though. I just feel like this whole case that's going on with George Floyd and the police officer. Okay, the police officer made a mistake. Okay, he made a mistake. People make mistakes, nobody's perfect, okay? Whether it was intentional, it was an accident, he made a mistake.
Officer Derek Chauvin had his knee on George Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, including 2 minutes and 53 seconds after Floyd had become unresponsive.
And yes, I completely agree, he should be charged for murder. By statute and by logic and by common sense, yes, this police officer murdered the poor man. So yes, he should be charged for that.
No shit.
But does this give a reason for all the African communities to cause havoc? Folks, this is happening in Los Angeles, in my hometown. This whole George Floyd case happened thousands of miles away. It didn't even happen here. The Rodney King beating all over again. Y'all remember the LA riots back in the early 90s? I was like 9 or 10 years old when this happened. A black man in Los Angeles, some cops beat him. The Rodney King beating, and then it just caused havoc. It caused riots, like everybody was looting, vandalizing, arson. It was crazy. The last time we had like an LA riot causing mayhem, the LA riots. That's the last thing I could remember. I was still a kid when that happened. Now here we are, happening again. All because a white officer killed a black man. Now, what do you guys think? Let's say it happens to be a black officer killing the black man. Or a black officer killing a white man.
I mean, we're just not wired to be able to say, oh yeah, that's a good point. I get it. I see what you're saying, and I'm sorry.
Oh! I don't think these riots would be going on right now.
Of this police shooting shows Daniel Shaver's last moments.
Hands up in the air! You do that again, we're shooting you. Do you understand? Please do not shoot me.
Begging for his life.
Okay, listen to my instructions. I'm trying to do it. Don't talk, listen! Hands straight up in the air. Do not put your hands down for any reason. You think you're gonna fall, you better fall on your face. Your hands go back in the small of your back or down. We are going to shoot you. you. Do you understand me? Yes, sir.
An officer then orders Shaver to crawl toward him. Shaver complies, but then moves his right hand behind him despite the warning. Officer Philip Mitchell Brailsford fires 5 rounds, killing Shaver.
What do you know? A white officer kills an unarmed white man. This happens a lot too, but nobody talks about it. There was no riots that went on after that. People aren't protesting. White lives matter.
Brailsford was charged with second-degree murder over this January 2016 shooting.
It just happens to be a white officer killing a black man. So of course, that's where the term the angry black man. You know how they came up with the term the angry black man? Like you're being an angry black man. I mean, look. To all my African American people out there, I completely understand where you're coming from. I myself am a minority. I completely understand, okay? So I can understand the pain, the feeling of being looked down upon by society. And I can understand where you're coming from. A fellow black man gets killed by a white officer, yes. I can totally see how you guys can be angry. But in general, I'm not being specific with anybody in general. African Americans here in the States, does this give you guys the right to commit crimes yourself? Look at the news. It's going on everywhere. They're burning down buildings, burning down cars, causing mayhem. They're blowing stuff up. They're looting. They're breaking into buildings, breaking into businesses and stealing stuff. Like, there's a difference between protesting and being criminals. Y'all are committing crimes. Y'all are not protesting. I understand we have the right freedom of speech, freedom of press, but all this violence you guys are causing, it's not doing any better. You're not doing anything at all. What's the point? What really gets to me, how about my people, my Asian American community?
Okay, good.
The past couple of months, ever since the coronavirus has started spreading like wildfire, who's been attacked? Asian Americans. Not even just Asian Americans. We're talking about Asians all over the world. Check out these videos.
The coronavirus is impacting communities across the globe, but here at home, it's also leading to some disturbing occurrences, many in our Asian American neighborhood.
No one can search my family.
As COVID-19 spreads across the United States, so does an alarming rise in hate crimes within Asian American communities.
Why did they do that to this car? My heart just sunk.
This car vandalized in California. The video, horrifying. An Asian American minding his own business as a total stranger berates him before spraying him with Febreze. New York City's transit department now calling this incident racist. The CDC also weighing in now, saying that being of Asian descent does not increase the chance of getting or spreading COVID-19.
This was the first time that I've ever felt I was being treated differently for being Asian.
All the other students who are coughing, they don't get sent out, but they're not Asian.
Police say the man in this video made anti-Asian statements when he attacked a 59-year-old man. It happened Tuesday night on Madison Avenue. Police say he kicked the victim, knocking him to the ground before taking off.
Speaking of the virus, police say it may have played a role in this attack at the Grand Street subway station on Sunday night. You can see a guy going after a woman in a face mask. Commenters on Twitter say he even called the woman diseased. The attack wasn't reported to police, but the NYPD's hate crimes unit is asking the victim to come forward.
Yeah, OG.
Late this afternoon, the Chinese recycler at the heart of an awful video was identified by San Francisco police officers. No initial report was filed over the incident where it appears people in the Bayview district stole the man's cans and then taunted him using racial epithets and at one point hitting him with some kind of object.
The surveillance video is hard to watch. A 15-year-old girl helpless on her back as a group of teenage boys, one after the other, jump on her stomach, stomp on her head, surrounding and senselessly beating her on a street corner.
A black person had attacked another Asian. Now, if you up to that black person, you all people should know better not to be attacking any Asian people. You know, we go through enough stuff as it is just because we are black. And you mean to tell me you want to sit there and do a hate crime against another race? When we have hate crimes against us all the time, so now you're going to join in and do a hate crime against them? You should all people know how it feels like to be singled out. The children were attacked as well as the parents.
In New York, a man assaulted a woman on a subway for wearing a face mask. And in another incident, an Asian American student was simply standing on the sidewalk when a woman punched her while yelling coronavirus insults, possibly causing a dislocated jaw. In Texas, a man stabbed 3 Asian Americans, including 2 young children, at a Sam's Club, saying that he wanted to kill Asian Americans. In San Francisco, an elderly Asian man was simply collecting cans on the street when he was taunted and attacked by those saying that they hated Asians. And in Los Angeles, a 16-year-old boy was sent to the hospital after being attacked by bullies who accused him of having coronavirus.
Now think about it. My Asian people are getting attacked, bullied by all races. From what I've noticed, it's mostly African Americans. But hey, I'm not gonna bring color into this. I'm just saying that my people are also being attacked, bullied. Saying, oh, go back to your country, damn Chinese people. You're the ones that's spreading coronavirus. You're the reason why coronavirus is here, blah, blah, blah. That last video, there was a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old getting stabbed at a Walmart by a Hispanic dude because they were Asian. First of all, they were Hmong. It was a Hmong family. It was a father and 2 of his kids. They went shopping at Walmart, and this guy, Jose Gomez, stabs the 2 kids, saying that they're the reason why coronavirus is here in the States now. They're not even Chinese. They're Hmong, ignorant ass people. Do you know what Hmong is? H-M-O-N-G? Hmong and Chinese are 2 completely different cultures. Get it right. The people that are causing all this havoc in the world are ignorant people. I'm not implying any races at all, just ignorant people in general. There are ignorant whites, there are ignorant blacks, there are ignorant Hispanics, there are ignorant Asians. I'm not targeting any race at all. I'm just saying, ignorance, it's what's causing everything going on in the world right now. Not only with the protesters, I'll talk about the coronavirus in a minute. Right now I'm just referring to these protesters. 2020 has been a crazy year, folks. Like, I had an awesome 2019. 2019 was amazing. I loved 2019. Check out my video. I did a rewind, a DJ TV rewind of 2019. I just did highlights of my year. It was an amazing year. It was a fun year. I thought 2020 was going to be better. Oh man. 2020 has been the worst year so far in my life. It's just ridiculous. You see all these African Americans protesting, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Why do you have to bring race for it? Like, when my Asian people were getting attacked, bullied, Asian lives didn't matter then? Like, come on. Think about it.
What kind of is that, man? Oh, hell no. God.
Do you see my people going around saying Asian lives matter? Blowing things up, robbing people, burning buildings, looting, stealing, vandalizing. Do you see the Asian community doing that? No. We're getting targeted too. We're getting bullied. Ever since the whole coronavirus pandemic has been going on, my Asian people have been suffering. Not just in America, but all over the world. In Australia. Australia has a predominantly large Asian population. So think about it. Asian Australians are suffering from it the worst. Asian Australian, British Asians, Asian American, Asians all over the world are being targeted for hate crime.
That's hell no.
Here's a video of this doctor, right? This doctor was talking about how, and I truly believe it. Check it out.
So, let's talk about what's really going on. Now that the coronavirus is actually affecting my family by shutting schools down and shutting down schools across the nation, something just since the beginning hasn't seemed right with this coronavirus. And now looking at the recommendations on how to kill it, it's a weak-ass virus. Like, 80 degrees kills the virus. Like, I haven't really heard of a virus that weak. Just drinking hot water can kill it. Drinking water without ice, vitamin C can kill it, no problem. Just being in the sun can kill it. Laundry detergent kills it. The second it hits your stomach acid kills it. I'm like, wow, that is like the weakest virus that I've ever seen. And really the symptoms, it can only live on your hands 5 to 10 minutes. On metal it lasts longer, but it doesn't cause a sneeze, and the survival rate is great among people who are healthy. Only 15% of people have more symptoms. Only 5% of the people will need medical attention. Only 2% death rate in people with compromised immune system. And then I remember my wife telling me there's actually a patent on the coronavirus. And I'm like, that figures because the drug companies, I wouldn't put it past them. But then I looked a little further, and there is a patent on it. It's patent US 200-625-7852, a US patent on the coronavirus. And it was applied for, and it's called severe acute respiratory syndrome, coronavirus. And that was applied for in 2006 by a company called Chiron. And now I'm not like into conspiracy stuff, but when it starts affecting my family, I want to know what the hell's going on. And so this company Chiron applied for it and was granted this patent on this virus, which was then bought by GlaxoSmithKline, one of the 10 largest pharmaceutical companies in the world who happens to specialize in vaccines. And so a vaccine usually takes 2 to 2.5 years to get approved because they have to do safety testing and stuff like that. So now I'm looking into, maybe there's a coronavirus vaccine. And sure as shit, there's a European patent on a coronavirus vaccine. European patent EP 317231-9B1. That was applied for in 2014. And what do you know? It was just granted in November of 2019. What perfect timing. So now my mind's racing. Is like, what the hell is the whole plan here? And now that they're starting to shut schools down, I may just be hypothesizing here, but I'm feeling like they're going to shut down all the schools, and this is a big pharmaceutical play to, all of a sudden they're going to say, here comes the savior with the vaccine, and they're going to swoop in, and then in order for your kids to be able to go back to school, they're going to have to get this coronavirus vaccine that they just all of a sudden came up with 6 years ago. So, just some food for thought. Do your own research. I wouldn't fall into the hype. People with good immune systems, they got nothing to really worry about. So that doesn't mean to be stupid. Still take precautions, but I would look into it a little bit and spread the word.
We're here today to announce 3 separate cases highlighting the ongoing threat posed by Chinese economic espionage and research theft in the United States.
Federal investigators at the Lexington home of 60-year-old Dr. Charles Lieber today, moments after his arrest at his Harvard office.
The complaint alleges that Dr. Lieber signed a contract with the Chinese university in Wuhan and was paid up to $50,000 per month, plus up to $158,000 in living expenses.
The chair of Harvard's chemistry department, he also allegedly received more than $1.5 million to set up a research lab in China.
Isn't that crazy? His theory, I believe him too. Not his theory. I totally believe his theory. I can totally see that. COVID-19 was man-made. It was manufactured in a laboratory by Americans and Brits. Think about that. They created it in a laboratory in Wuhan. But the COVID-19 patent, it was a US patent and a United Kingdom patent. So a scientist in America and a scientist in the UK collaborated. This is simply a biochemical attack. Who knows for what reason? It could be population control, terrorism, many reasons. But the point is, it exists, it's affecting our people, and it's spreading like wildfire. We don't know the reason, we may never know the reason, but the reason is the last of our worries. All we need to do is stop it. And honestly, it's ignorance that's spreading it. I have this app. It's a news app that I've been looking at every single day. And I'm looking at the numbers. The numbers are just getting higher and higher every single day. It's not getting lower, it's getting higher and higher. It's ridiculous. In the beginning, Italy and Spain had the highest number of cases. Even more than China, where it was supposedly originated, right? Guess who surpassed the entire European nation? Americans, USA. Like, think about that. Like, doesn't that make you think? Imagine how the world is looking at us right now. The entire world is looking at us like dumbass Americans. You Americans are dumb. You guys are a bunch of dumbasses. Like, for real, like, think about it. And I'm speaking on behalf of all my fellow Americans. A lot of you guys are just not taking this virus seriously. And that's what's spreading it. Do you guys not understand? When I'm going through my social media feed, scrolling through my Facebook, a bunch of my friends are like, oh, this is just media hype. The media is just hyping this virus. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. This is against our rights. What happened to our freedom? This is violating our freedom, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, it's not. It's protecting us. It's what it's doing. All the stay-at-home orders, this lockdown, it's protecting us. We have the right to live. Well, that's what they're doing. They're giving us our right to live. As a matter of fact, living is not even a right. Living is a privilege. And all these dumbasses are just not taking it seriously. It's simple general biology. This virus, it's not slowing down. I'm looking at the numbers every day, and the numbers are just getting higher and higher. And specifically, I'm looking at Los Angeles County. Just a couple months ago, we were under 1 million. The entire USA was under 1 million cases. We just surpassed 1.8 million. We're about to hit 2 million cases. Spain, Italy, they're only in the 200,000 range, 300,000. There was a time when Italy had the highest. They're smart. They did their lockdown, they did their quarantine, curfew, nobody go out, everybody stay home. And look at the numbers. It's slowed down. France decreasing, China decreasing, and all the Asian countries decreasing. Taiwan, they're the smartest country. You should check out this video right here.
Every week, tens of thousands of people travel between Taiwan and mainland China. Yet there are fewer than 80 cases of COVID-19 in Taiwan. The health minister says the Taiwan CDC has been preparing for this for years. Both Canada and Taiwan saw their first people infected with the coronavirus within days of each other. But in March, Canada's cases surged, while Taiwan creeps up only incrementally, even when adjusted for its smaller population. This analysis of Taiwan's response to COVID-19 credits the island's health officials for taking action early, boarding flights and screening for sick passengers. Passengers now fill out health questionnaires on their phones, while at the gate,
they could triage large number of passengers very quickly, without having them lining up at the airport.
Taiwan also tied together electronic patient files to immigration records, following up with those at risk based on their travel history, texting them to self-isolate if needed, and checking up in person, threatening fines if orders are ignored.
I think in the Canadian context that would be viewed as rather dystopian.
This doctor says Canadian privacy legislation would make Taiwan's level of data collection impossible, but she says Taiwan did the right thing with masks, banning mask exports and price gouging. The military even took over mask production.
I was actually kind of admiring that, because my struggle with not having masks in my office has been an ongoing one for the past month.
Taiwanese in self-isolation are delivered food and other supplies, as well as home visits to check on their welfare.
At least you're treated like a person, and not a virus.
It's the combination of small gestures and big data that's given Taiwan an unprecedented edge over other countries in controlling COVID-19.
The Taiwanese government, they're geniuses. Right away, as soon as they heard about this pandemic going on, they took action very early. January yet, they were already taking action. They were sanitizing the cities. They had sanitation trucks, just cleaning the streets, testing everybody. They were on top of it. They were able to eradicate the virus. A lot of Asian countries were able to eradicate the virus so early on before it even spread it because they were smart. They took action right away. They know what they're doing. And so I'm looking at the numbers. European countries, North America, Australia, all the Asian countries, their numbers are low. The US numbers, so embarrassing, yo. The entire world are looking at us. Americans are fucking dumbasses, you know what I mean? Excuse my language. This irritates me. It's simple. If everyone just follows directions, the numbers can start going down. As soon as I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I do. I look at the numbers, and it gets higher and higher. And every time I see the numbers go up, I'm like, you know, I'm nervous. I'm like, dude, this can get to me or my family. Like, I didn't think the dinosaurs got extinct. Some believe it was asteroids, some believe it was some kind of a biological warfare. Something of nature wiped out all the dinosaurs and they were extinct. Don't you think it could be a possibility human beings can be extinct as well? With the rate that this virus is spreading, eventually, if we don't eradicate it, it can get to that point. If everyone in the USA takes this virus seriously and simply do 2 words, stay home. Stay the fuck home. Like, it's as simple as that. I understand a lot of people are like, oh, I'm getting bored. Oh, I want to see my friends. I want to be social. Fuck it. I'll toughen up. Be antisocial for a little bit. As a matter of fact, take this time to focus on you. Do what you need to do. Take the time on your own. You wanted to launch that business that you've always wanted. There's certain things that you've always wanted to do, but you never got the chance to do it. Well, this is your time. Do what you want to do.
That's a good point. Interesting.
Nobody practicing social distancing, no one taking this virus seriously. It's just gonna get worse. My mom is an operating room nurse and my mom's an RN. We have a family group text and she's always texting me and my siblings. Like, she's so paranoid. She's like, be careful guys, you know, when you go out, wear a mask, wear gloves, stay safe, stay in as much as you can, you know, only go out if you really need to. Shopping, get groceries, get food, but that's about it. Yo, I haven't seen any of my friends in person in the past 2 months. Some tenants that are staying here at the pad, and that's it. Those are the only people I've been hanging out with. Staying in, just working on my craft, making videos, making music, just being productive. Like, I understand a lot of people, they're not really about that, like being an entrepreneur, thinking outside the box, like running your own business. You know, they would rather go out and work, make their money, you know, trade time for money, which is what they're used to. Okay, I can understand that, but what's more important, money or your life, your health? That money that you're making, is it really worth getting sick? Is it really worth dying? How are you gonna enjoy your money if you're dead? Like, come on. I have family in the medical industry. They see people dying firsthand. My sister, she's a surgical tech at Cedars-Sinai, dealing with COVID patients all the time. I get nervous for her. She got the N95 mask and she wears another mask over it. She wears a face shield. Every time she comes home, she just takes off her shoes, leaves her shoes outside, and she goes straight to the shower. And she washes her clothes right away. After every shift. I know people who are witnessing this virus affecting people firsthand. Even on my Facebook friends, they have family and friends who have died, who have been sick, who have been affected by it. So I'm taking this virus seriously. This is no joke.
A 4-year-old boy stricken with COVID-19 struggles with every breath.
But there's a lot of ignorant people out there who they don't have any family or friends that have been affected. They haven't experienced it or witnessed it affecting anybody. So they just don't believe in it. Oh, this is just media hype. Oh, this is bullshit. The government's just trying to take away the freedom. This is martial law, the way for the government to take control of us, blah, 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 blah. Man, think what you want to think. The numbers don't lie. People are dying. People are getting sick from this virus. And it's not decreasing. Like, if the numbers were going lower and lower, like every time I look at the app and I see the numbers going down and down, I'm like, okay, good. We're doing a good job. That's not what I see. The numbers are getting higher and higher. That's all it is. Every single day, just today alone. A couple weeks ago, we were 6th. It was New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, then California. Then a week later, we were number 5. Now, just a few days ago, we are now above Massachusetts. We're number 4 now in the number of cases. It's New York, New Jersey, Illinois, and California. And just Los Angeles County alone, it's crazy, folks. Like, the numbers don't lie. It's getting higher and higher. A lot of people are not taking this virus seriously. It's the ignorant people that's going to be causing the world to end, ultimately. So just Los Angeles County alone, we have 53,746 cases. A couple of weeks ago, we were only in the 30,000 range. Number of deaths, 2,339. And we just got another plus 10 deaths in the past 24 hours. The numbers are just increasing. With the rate that it's going, what's going to happen eventually? It's simple math. If you just see numbers going up and it's not going down, it's just going up and up. Don't you think eventually the world's just going to be all dead? People not think about that? Stay home, be safe, protect everybody. If we all can just work on this together, work as a team, we can eradicate this virus. We can. I was thinking summertime would kill the virus. Based on research, the virus cannot survive in temperatures hotter than 80 degrees. Summertime in California, it goes like 110, 105 degrees out here. Just in the past couple of days, it was in the high 90s. So I'm like, dude, that's dope. That should be able to kill the virus. But I was wrong. The numbers are still going up. On surfaces, like on public surfaces, yeah, the heat would kill it. But if the virus is inside a host, then the heat is not going to do anything. I just wish that people could just not take this virus lightly and understand like how serious this is. Everything that's going on in this world is crazy, yo. Who's going to listen to me though? You know what I mean? I wish like the bigger influencers would talk about this. You know, like PewDiePie, Casey Neistat, David Dobrik, influence people and get people to follow these orders and stay home and be safe and wear masks. It would be the influencers that can influence the world to wake up, you know? Like, don't take this virus lightly. We gotta do something about this. The numbers are only getting higher and higher. It's not dropping. Eventually, it's gonna get to somebody you know, who knows somebody, who knows somebody. At this rate that it's spreading, it's like, why can't my channel go viral like the way coronavirus is? Like, that would be awesome. You know, if you guys can subscribe, if you can get this channel to go viral in the rate that coronavirus is going viral, man, I would have millions of subscribers by now. Just saying. But for real, like, so back to the protesters. I'm not bashing on the African American community because you guys have your feelings. I understand. At the same time, I have my feelings too. Asians in general in the world are getting bashed, attacked, bullied for hate crimes. Asians are the reason why coronavirus exists now, blah, blah, blah. Do you see my Asian people going around blowing things up? Looting, stealing, burning buildings, causing mayhem, being violent? You don't see that. In history, it's always been that. It's always the African American community. It's like, whenever something happens, now we have a reason to be mad. Now we have a reason to be crazy. They take every opportunity they can. When I say they, I'm talking about in general. African Americans in general, in society. It's been like that throughout history. They're just always looking for something, so they have a reason now. Okay, now we have a reason to be mad. If you haven't noticed, the Asians getting attacked, majority of them were being attacked by African Americans. I mean, what's going on in this world? They're all protesting, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. Do you see Asians going, Asian Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter? Oh! All lives matter. It don't matter what color you are. All lives matter. Every time people bring up race, it's so ignorant. With Asian Americans, when they were getting attacked, we just let it slide. We just stayed strong, be the better person, just stand your ground, just move on with your life. You don't have to cause mayhem. That's how they came up with the terminology. The angry black man. The angry black man. You're acting like an angry black man. Is there an angry Asian man? As a matter of fact, right now I'm the angry Asian man. Shit, I'm angry as fuck. The world is just idiotic. I live in a dumbass world. I just feel like everyone in this world is fucking stupid. Sad, in America at least, in terms of everything, yo. Riots, protesters, or just making things worse. Plus, whatever happened practicing social distancing. Did you see in the video? All the protesters? Everybody was all congested. Yeah, they're wearing masks, but still, everyone is all congested. How much you want to bet the numbers are gonna skyrocket? Just from everybody protesting and being next to each other, everyone all congested into a confined space to protest. So much for social distancing. The numbers are just gonna skyrocket. I bet you all those protesters, everyone just spread it out to each other without even realizing it. Trying to prove a point, they're just making things worse. Ignorance is bliss. That's what I feel. That's a pandemic. Stupidity. Stupidity is a pandemic. Everyone in the world is just being a bunch of dumbasses. Stupidity is spreading. I find it sad. The longevity of humanity, existence of humankind, is going to end because of stupidity. Has anyone ever thought about that? Stay home, yo. I'm gonna stop blabbing now. This is a long ass vlog. Stay home, be safe, wear gloves, wear masks when you go out. It's not to protect you, but to protect others. Because you could be asymptomatic. You don't know if you have symptoms and you could be a carrier. So protect others, be courteous, spread love, spread positivity, folks. We can all do this together, yo, for real. If everyone just has my mindset, just forget the violence. The world would be a better place if everyone just loves each other. Can we all just love each other, yo? It almost seems like it's easier to hate than to love. We can stop the violence. We can stop the hatred. We can stop this virus if everyone just gets along. I'm gonna stop right here. I appreciate you listening to my rant. You made it up to this point. I appreciate it so much. I will have more videos coming up. Business tips, entrepreneur tips, acting advice, relationship advice, how to start your own